Let's get right into it, though. Yeah, so welcome to the Money and Velli podcast right here, episode 16. So we got Austin from One Blue Land here. And for those of you who don't know about One Blue Land, it's a publishing company for all these finance comics, like Captain Bitcoin, based off, that crypto too. And then if you read it, it teaches a lot of life lessons too. Involving around finance, which we'll get into in this interview. But so this is a publishing company, and then they also behind all these NFTs that are coming out from them. So give it up from Austin for One Blue Land.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks guys for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Appreciate you being here.
Same
But
here,
so let's get into it. But let's start off by we got a few questions too. Like starting off with asking you how you came up with this idea, what inspired you to do this, and then even with Bitcoin, because you start off with Captain Bitcoin, and then the heroes we're looking at got a Bitcoin logo on them too.
Yeah, I guess going way back as a kid, I've always been a fan of Dragon Ball Z, anime, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Used to be a big collector back then, but I guess growing up, I never really had a character that I could look up to that will, I guess, affect the way I think growing up. Because before you know it, you're a grown up and you're facing the real world, and unfortunately, school doesn't really teach you any of these important lessons about finance, money management, and I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to create a company or stories and characters that'll hopefully inspire people early on, and hopefully just create that curiosity from the beginning. So yeah, I guess when I hit 30 years old, I think that was a big slap in the face for me, because I realized that I had a pretty stable job. I'm a nurse, and it's a pretty decent paycheck, right? But for some reason, my wife and I, we had a lot of that. We really didn't know what we were doing. So I just went pretty much in a rabbit hole, just looking up all these finance terminologies, finance terms. And I realized it's not really that complicated, but for some reason, there's no content out there that kind of simplifies it for you in a usable form.
Yeah,
that's true.
And so I kind of wanted to just kind of package everything into this nice, entertaining, fun piece of content that everybody could hopefully consume and just have fun reading. And that's why I created the One Blue Land comics. I love comics. A big Avengers fan. I'm sure you guys are too.
Yeah.
Marvel, DC. Yeah, that's a little bit of background on that. Yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, and then it's a good idea too, because even as old as we are, in our 20s, we still talk about some Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and all that.
That's true,
that
man.
was a big that was a big part of our childhood, anime in general. And then you see how, all these movies came from the comics, so there was a lot of comics back then, and then now they turn into some of the biggest movies made too, a lot of money going into that too. So, everybody got a piece of their child with them somewhere. And then, they like to revisit that.
That's
and, yeah.
And going back to what you said, Captain Bitcoin. One of the things that I really got into when I first started investing, at 30 years old was, stocks. I dived into dividend investing, stocks. But what really got me inspired a lot was the crypto boom. That was a few years ago. I got into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I invested pretty good amount of money then. I learned a lot, lost a lot, made a lot. But you gotta start somewhere, right? So overall, I I mean, not financial advice. Nothing is financial advice that we're talking about here, right? It's just for entertainment purposes only. But like, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum definitely gave me a jump start on like real estate investing. I poured it back into stocks again. I still kept a good amount in crypto, but I feel like it helped me get that capital to kind of put more of my assets allocated onto something more stable, like real estate. Because like right, there's one thing to make that money, but then there's a whole nother level to preserve that money. So once you
Right.
hit that point, right, you
Yeah.
just kind of want to maintain your wealth. I mean, either way, you know, I'm still learning a lot. Like even now, it's like up and down, right? But
Right.
at the end of the day, I just gotta keep progressing, right? It was same with you guys, same with everybody.
Right.
Yeah. We all got a path down there too. And I'm glad I'm just glad you're one of the ones that took advantage, you know, of what you invested in too. You know, as far as Bitcoin, instead of going out, you know, buying a pizza, spending all stupid stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know, and then and it opens you up to a whole new world too. It did for all of us, you know, for like whether we was the early investors of Bitcoin and Ethereum or not, we didn't even know those, you know, those type of assets or assets in general can go that high that fast too.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like you said, it's something we continuously learn. We all students of life. It's not something you necessarily graduate from. You're just going to continue to learn.
right.
Yeah, and I'm glad you even put that, you know, what Velli just said in the stories that y'all be writing too. You know, because I read, you know, most of the comics too. You know, especially like the first three issues. I do have like life lessons, like on like evolving around finance and time. Definitely on time. That is, you know, the most valuable asset too. You know, because a lot of people don't have that because they have to work so much to actually maintain, you know, the way they live. And you know, if they have something, if they had something like this brought to them, you know, well, the knowledge too, then that can really help them out. Just like when we did that episode 14, the rat race, that had me thinking of that, you know, when I was revisiting some of your comments too. Right.
Yeah, these comics, I mean, I really tried to infuse like everything that I've learned over the past few years into them. And I just want to say thank you so much, because it's just so inspiring for me, especially just to be talking to a fan and somebody that's been there from the beginning. So I really want to give a big shout out to you guys, because I just want to thank you for reading the books, reading the comics, reading the stories. It just pushes me even more to keep doing what I'm doing. It's love meeting fans. I love. I actually went to NFT NYC. I love meeting people in person. That was a really, really fun time right there.
I did that that big Apple Con too. Yeah, up in New York. Yeah, how'd that go? Well.
Yeah, I mean, going to an NFT NYC versus like a Comic-Con event. NFT NYC, I feel like you didn't really have to explain much because everybody gets it, right?
Right.
Crypto, Bitcoin, NFTs, investing. But then when I went to Comic-Cons, it's equally fun. It's just that I feel like there's more opportunities for education and talking to people, because they didn't really know what NFTs are, what cryptocurrency was, or they kind of have a lot of I would say like misinformation about Bitcoin, misinformation about the crypto. Like all they hear is like what the masses hear. Like they don't really understand like what it truly represents. So I thought that was a good opportunity to talk to people and educate them about what it really is. And we did made some fans there. It was we had a pretty good amount of sales. And it was a great time. I feel like I want to do more in the future. Eventually, right now we're just doing regional stuff, but I want to go eventually across the United States, maybe international eventually. But I have a lot of plans.
Nice. Yeah,
Always good to have a lot of plans. It means big goals.
Yeah. that plan. Keep planning, keep being creative, and then consistent too. We'll do the same thing, and we believe you'll go far with this. Go far with this also. And I can't wait to go to one of y'all conventions and see Captain Bitcoin in real life too. People in the Captain Bitcoin
Oh, yeah.
and Satoshi Nakamoto with that man. I like what you did with the mask because in real life Satoshi is unknown.
Yeah.
And then you got that anonymous, golden anonymous mask at that too.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the. I think I have like this screen sharing. That way, I guess people can see it. Can you guys see that? Oh, let me see. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
we can see on
perfect.
the website. Yep.
Yeah, that way we could also talk about like what we're referencing to. So yeah, that's Captain Bitcoin right there. Can you guys see it?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first issue had to be about the Bitcoin, and also we wanted to create a villain about the like what kind of villain, like what kind of powers should a villain have that represents something so important in life. I feel like it has to be time, right? Because like you said, like that is definitely our like the central theme of a lot of our issues. Time is our most important asset, right? Not even money, not even the stocks, real estate, because it's the most finite thing that we have: time and health, right? So I feel like we had to create the villain that's centered around that. And I don't know, I just think it looks so cool. That's the time stealer right there. Captain Bitcoin is like leaping across the building trying to fight him. And all the stories are free online. I'm sure you guys already seen it. So scrolling down here.
I've been watching some videos too. Videos on that website too.
The videos are great. They're all narrated. They all have voice actors. And yeah, Satoshi, I don't know. I feel like that mask, he had to have that mask. It just looks I think it fits because Satoshi should be anonymous, right? I think it just gives that overall character to him. It's like you shouldn't really know who he or she is, or they, right? We don't really know who Satoshi is. And I feel like it should stay that way.
Yeah, keep the mystery going.
Yep, and people still trying to find them to this day too. Literally, there's a video called "I Found Satoshi" and all these theories, and then Richard Hart called them out. It's like, where was Satoshi? Man, so that all that definitely fits. I laughed when I first saw Satoshi when he introduced himself too, and then that's probably why people. Like when I was looking at like the NFT sales too, like a lot of people was buying Satoshi at first, with the character NFTs and stuff.
Satoshi's such a cool looking character, man. So
thank you so much. He's he's a popular one. He's definitely
Yeah, man. And then we mentioned the NFTs too. Is there any way you can show what those look like too? And then and explain those too, because like when people think about NFTs, they just think about pictures and stuff, but these actually have a little bit of a use case too.
Right. So let me pull that up. Let's see. So our NFTs, you could get them on OpenSea or let me just pull it up. But each NFT basically has a physical item attached to it. So you'll get the comic book. And we only made pretty much 2,100 copies for each NFT, backed by 2,100 physical copies. And in the future, like what I love about NFTs, right? It's you could always build on it. Like as the brand grows, as there's more recognition, we hope to just continue keep giving back to the NFT holders, whether it be in the form of of a merch or like maybe like give the value of the trademark back to the user. So I'm not really sure how that's going to look legally yet, because I don't think there's a lot of I don't think there's it's written yet. I feel like NFTs will continue evolving, and as they become more clear on the legal status of sharing the wealth behind it, I feel like we'll also try to adapt to that and give back to the fans, definitely. But right now,
Yes.
we have the physical copy and of each of these NFTs, and you can actually see it. It's a collage of. Wait for it to load a little bit, but it's a collage of the
Yeah.
entire book. I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. It's you can see the whole story on a page right here. Also, you were mentioning the character NFTs. So
Yeah.
2,100 comic books, and each character has 21 copy, 21 count of each character. For example, the Time Stealer, Satoshi's right here, right there. That's the man right there.
No, the legend.
He's the legend.
Man.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know. I have a lot of big plans for the Satoshi holders or like the character NFT holders because they're the most limited out of all of them. I mean, 21, and you can kind of tell like why 21. I mean, they're all modeled after Bitcoin, right? 21 million Bitcoins.
Right.
Yeah.
so I
the total supply.
Yeah, total supply. So it just has that I guess scarcity number to it. So 21 character NFTs for each character, and 2,100 NFTs for each comics itself. Yeah, so that's it. And we're always evolving. Like we're not gonna stop building onto the holders of the NFTs. I don't know. I'm excited for the future. I feel like right now we're just focused on building the stories right now. We want to publish as much as possible. We're actually working on our final issue of the Satoshi series. It's 8 issues, and yeah, we're up to the last one. We've only released 3 so far, so I'm excited to see how you guys find the next, like how the story evolves.
Oh yeah,
Can't wait to read it.
Can't wait to find out too. Yeah, can't wait to get some of them graded like that too. I still got the plastic.
I love graded stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of putting things into slabs. I just think it looks so cool. I was just so happy that the CGC, the grading company for comics, they recognized it, and I don't know, it just looks so cool on a wall or like on display. Like in
yeah.
I know,
Definitely.
You didn't know it better. You think it was like a Marvel comic, just just sitting in your room. People ask.
Yeah, Marvel, DCU.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a conversation starter right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Always amazing.
And then they upgrade the trading cards probably too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I mean, that's definitely in consideration. I collect Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards back then. I feel like that really inspired me. And down the line, like right now, we're building stories, but down the line, I feel like I so want to get into cards and trading cards. I don't know. I just how cool would it be to have like Captain Bitcore or like Time Stealer in a card, like a graded PSA 10 card. I don't know. That's just I'm just fantasizing at this point, but that's down the line in the future.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is a new idea right there. Like we just listen to everything too, and then people still collect trading cards too. Grown men still in them Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and Magic the Gathering. They ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. So the inspiration never leaves. It's an amazing thing that what inspires you, you're using that same thing to inspire others and to put just to teach others about investing or just trying to get out that 9-to-5 lifestyle or just trying something new. So that's an amazing thing itself.
Exactly. And then, talking about a 9 to 5, there's a villain in there named 95. So we get zombified at that too. Yeah, which makes sense. You're gonna get tired of working, break it down.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's not out yet, but I'm super excited for that issue. The art and the story, I thought it turned out so good. I hope to release that.
First Moon Boy.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to see a comic about her too.
Yeah, the names of these characters. I don't know. I just thought it fits. Like it's kind of hard to think of a character like a metaphor in finance, but I feel like you have to have a character called 9 to 5 because and it has to be a zombie. I don't know. I just thought it made sense.
I know it do, because we feel like working 9 to 5. So like,
Feel like a zombie.
Yeah, we all sick of it, and it makes so much sense that you put her right beside Professor Rat Race in like in the third issue too, in Moon Boy.
Yep.
Because that's where we all at, a rat race, 9 to 5.
Yep.
Perfect. You know, I like how you keep putting hidden, like hidden meanings, and everything too. Like you even put One Blue Land in the second issue one time, that OBL stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, like, right, like if you have these references as somebody reading it, from the beginning, I feel like at least they'll be familiar with the terminology or like the concept, and that's the whole reason we created it. It's to, I guess, embed it in like from the beginning as a teenager, or like in your 20s, or I mean even your 30s. Really, like it's never really too late to start investing, but the content has to get out there because a lot of people still are always going to be stuck on that like 9 to 5 job, and there's like no getting out of there. Like something has to inspire them, and I really hope some of these characters and concepts and stories really like spark that light for some people. And at the end of the day, as long as we inspired a couple of people or a few people, I think it's a win. Because
most definitely,
in the end, the only person taking care of your finances, that's going to take care of your money, your finances, is yourself. Like nobody else is going to care more other than you.
Yep. We do have a villain in real life that steals time. It's the system.
It's the system.
So,
yes.
Yeah. That's the time stealer.
Yep. I'm glad you got see the metaphor. I thought it made a lot of sense. It's
it does.
The system. It's the your boss. It's the like anything that causes you to waste time, really, or just causes you to be oblivious to your day-to-day life. That's the real villain right there.
All right.
Unless you love your job, of course. There's people that love their jobs, and to them, they already won. You love your job. You're happy to go to work. You have that meaning, that purpose that you live by day. They've already won. So I'm really happy for them. And actually, I made a reference on that on a future issue. So in the end, as long as you're living a purposeful, meaningful life, I feel like you've already won.
That's true, because that's one thing we said in the videos. Like, if you want to work in 9 to 5, there's necessarily nothing wrong that you can continue to work. But if you just truly want to get out of it and just do something meaningful, or you're just tired of the life, then you're just going to have to get out the system. And how you do it just depends on which category you want to run to. And it's funny, speaking about that, there was a meme I saw. I wish I had saved it. There's like this half dead looking person looking like a zombie. He's just staring in the mirror, and in the mirror he's saying to himself, 30 more years of work and I'll be able to retire and live a peaceful life. I just thought that was just funny, because that's kind of like how the 9 to 5 is. You work till you will just say, 65 for the standard, then you retire and live your life. But by then you're already old, you're tired, whether you're sick or whatever the case is. It's not really too much to enjoy, because your body just basically been breaking down. All your time has been taken away.
Exactly.
So you gained the money, but you lost what was most important, which is time, something you'll never get back.
Exactly. And to get more money, you got to give more time, which is crazy.
Exactly.
So we're trying to do the opposite. We're trying to do the opposite right here.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I mean, at the end of the day, right? Also, it's all about perspective too. I guess there's always somebody else that's worse off than you. You know what I mean?
That's true.
The fact that we're here doing this podcast, we have a mic, we have a roof underneath our heads. It's like how do you look at life? You could approach your job, you could approach investing with a certain mentality, but if you think about it, there's always somebody worse off than you. And is it really worth it to be upset, be like I guess be a zombie going to your job every day? I mean, the fact that you even have a job, the fact that
Right.
you're even getting that paycheck, that already means so much to a lot of other people, right? So it's all
Right.
about perspective too, I think.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly. Which and then we think about that too. Um it's okay to be grateful. You can still, you can still hate working every day, but at least be grateful for the life you live, because you're right, there is somebody worse off than you. We see it every day. People holding these signs, begging for change, sleeping on the bench, outside in the cold.
Yeah, some
And
don't know where the next meal's coming from. We're here, we're worrying where we're going to eat next because we're tired of McDonald's or eating the same thing. So yeah, you're right. We should be more grateful.
Yeah, and I just think if you approach life that way, then I think like you could be happy now. It's just more sustainable that way, and that's something I'm really like thinking a lot about nowadays because um, even chasing after money, that itself could be a rat race too.
yeah,
Just chasing after money, like what's the goal? Like what number are you going to be happy with? Some people can have like 10 million, 100 million, and they're still like super depressed. Like they don't have a good relationship with their families or themselves even, right? And
All
like
right.
when does it end? You don't want to get stuck on that rat race too, because that's a whole nother rat race that it's just
Exactly.
right.
Defeats the whole
yeah,
purpose.
yeah. Just like that guy working for Blue Tech, Moon Boy, had a good job, but he was just wasting so much time, trying to make that money and try to invent this something that he always want to invent, but then he couldn't even be there for his childbirth.
Right.
So like just even without the time, still like he was wasting so much time on his obsession at that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like the main lesson of that series itself. Like when do you stop? Like what's the goal here? At the end of the day, we all just want to, I guess, have that freedom, that choice, to do what we want with, I guess, whoever we want, right? And our
Right.
Right.
families or our loved ones. But there's definitely the money definitely has is an ingredient to that recipe, but like how much of it, you know, how much
Yeah,
of it will be enough?
All
I'm
right.
trying to say.
Like,
exactly. And that's why part of this podcast is like philosophy too. Like, yeah, you can get your money right all you want to, get your mind right too.
exactly. That's always
Yeah.
I always live by this. Like money's great. Don't get me wrong, but I only see money as just a tool. It's just a means to an end. That's all it is. It can just help me get to certain places, but there's more important things in life than that.
Exactly. I love it. I really feel like I share a lot of the same philosophies with you guys, and I don't know. I'm just super pumped because there's I don't know. There's a lot to do. There's always a lot to learn. I feel like the future is just so bright. I just feel like every day I'm just grateful to just be here, and
Same here.
to be
Yeah.
investing, learning, creating these comics, um, talking about philosophy with you guys. I love it.
Same
Yeah.
here. Well, like saying
Oh
like-minded
yeah.
people, 'cause that means things are, it's going around. It's going around.
Yeah, it's going around, and yeah, even us, we still learning. And then and then we come across some crazy stuff too. Like I still can't believe I was found in a video game, the Decentraland. Yeah, I was based in there. I was telling people about it. They was like, wait a
Yeah,
minute,
you are.
they stationed in a video game. Yeah,
Oh
then you gotta
man,
explain the metaverse
the
and
metaverse
all
is
that.
just so exciting, man. Meta, right? I
Right.
feel like it's definitely the future. We're just still so early, but the possibilities are like I don't know, it's endless. Like you could be holding meetings virtually from anybody around the world, and it's gonna feel like the technology will only get better. And just speaking to somebody, interacting with people, there's gonna be some really new and cool things that we haven't seen before. And I don't know, it's a great I would invest on it too.
Yeah, same,
Yeah.
man. So just the
Yeah.
thought of getting a deeper connection, all from just being behind the screen, just
Mhm.
everybody together. It's a new level to it, essentially.
Yeah, and if we just had more people, like that had the same ideas and the same ambition, and then willing to learn this stuff too, is actually interested. Like let's see what they can come up with one day. Because there's some people I've seen that invested in this great product, and then what they doing is they giving back. So they starting their own type of crypto, and then they helping that like reduce the sell pressure, but also helping other people make money because they made money off their opportunity too. Whether you're making a crypto or whether you started one blue land, um, it's a good start for them to make all that money, and then good things come out of it, different things, and then they giving back in
Right.
some form.
Exactly, and that's what's super cool about the like blockchain, the technology. It's just merging with all these other giants. Like for the first time, you could invest in or like be exposed to for example, like you said, the Decentraland, right? For the first time, you could actually own a piece of property that's digital and it's verifiable that you own that piece of the metaverse, I guess. And
Yeah.
for example, like brands or like NFTs, like for the first time, you could be exposed to that brand as it grows from the beginning. Um, like I don't know, it's just never been anything like it before. Like how cool would it be if you like have invested in Mickey Mouse from the beginning, or like Scooby Doo or something something so early that you got into it from the beginning, and you could say you own a piece of it because of blockchain. Like nowadays you could do that, but back then we didn't really have that technology yet. I don't think people realize what the blockchain can really do.
All right.
It's just so new.
Right. Oh yeah. Blockchain is really new, and then I keep telling people because people keep asking me like, "What's the point of NFTs? They're just pictures." And I'm like, NFTs can be anything, Then I had to explain that, like I did the other day too. So I mean, they're gonna see more to it. It's just I hate that, like we're so early, but people is not going to be catching on until it's too late, But if we got people, if they got people like us here, trying to actually help and then educate, we can have more people than general like get into this stuff. But yeah, that's just usually how it goes. Same thing with Bitcoin. People still buying Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin had shot all the way up past 20,000. If they was getting it back then and they known about this stuff, they would have been, life would have changed. And
Yeah,
the same thing with the NFTs.
that's like what I've always been telling you. Like I remember seeing like commercials of Bitcoin. It was like, you can get this coin like I've $10. I've been seeing. I was like, I don't know what this is. I ain't worried about it. So I had the opportunity. I could at least research it and seen it. But like I said, that's usually how it goes. You just kind of let it go to the wayside. And then look what happened to Bitcoin now.
Oh man, I thought Bitcoin at $50 was expensive. Then I thought at Bitcoin at $500 was expensive. It just never stopped. And it's crazy too because when we and then there's information everywhere too. So like we literally got, even at our age, we literally got it all in our fingertips. Like we can find anything, and then if we want to know how to do something, we just simply go on YouTube or somewhere on the internet, take these courses too. Just like I taught myself like how to invest, and I was teaching myself about crypto too, about like watching all these other channels and Googling and reading and stuff. It was just all on my phone and computer. But it's what people pay attention to that make them not aware of all this good stuff that's happening.
And sometimes I only think that sometimes is really what you're willing to sacrifice. And again, it goes back to you're going to have to sacrifice your time to learn and invest in or cryptos. You'll sacrifice the time for going out, having fun, playing the games or doing other things. You have to sacrifice that to learn all these things and to dive into this rabbit hole.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. That too. So yeah. And then we continue, yeah, even though we're still learning, like compared to ourselves, like last year and the year before, and it's about progressing too. Getting your hands on stuff also. Just not looking at one source and then trying to find all the answers, but you actually, just like Belly said, you have to put some time into studying this and then get your hands on it. You really learn, and then that's the hard part, about just getting people onboarded because they don't know. Like once they like learn a little bit about crypto, they still don't know how to store it properly. And then, falling for these scams or even try to buy the most popular crypto when it's too late, or just a crypto that they shouldn't even pay attention to. Like we talked about in the early episodes too. And then it doesn't help that there's so much of them out there. Even what, just metaverses, like in general, there's like a lot of metaverse games out there. The space is like even though we're so early, it's practically infinite. There's always something new I'm saying, and only so much that I can keep in mind. There's only a certain ecosystem, that I pay attention to. That's because even people who is new to crypto find stuff that I don't even know about.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like the internet, it's like a double-edged sword, right? You can find all the information out there, but at the same time, you could find all the information out there. Like, how do you filter all these information? Like, you could be listening to bad advice, or you could be listening to good advice. It's just a matter of you getting yourself out there, doing it, and just thinking for yourself. You could listen to different opinions, but there's also a lot of pollution and noise and really bad advice out there. You just gotta be careful. That's all.
Oh yeah. And that's why, even though this is all not financial advice, we're not financial advisors, at least we, try to act as a guide too. And then when I'm teaching my students, because sometimes I teach crypto on the side too, I give them a list of like a lot of high quality cryptos too, even Decentralands, the Mana in there too. I'll be like, I'm not saying buy all of this, but this is what you can. This is your starter kit. This is what you can look at, research, and this will be an example of paying attention to good projects. And if you like any of them, why not buy them? So yeah, so even though we educate, we're acting as a guide. So your actions always going to be your actions, but at least you're looking in the right place, because it's like you said, it's easy to look in the wrong place. Like there's a lot of scammers out there, and there's a lot of people who want to just promote the coin, and that's a scam, not pay attention, or just trying to make money too, and then get everybody wrecked in the market and lose money.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people's like first introductions to like crypto, for example, like when do you first hear about them? You hear about them from bots, like all these comments on like YouTube videos. These it's like bots, and then it gives a bad taste to their mouth from the beginning. So it just seems so scammy. But that's why when you go out there and do your own research, then you'll learn what it truly represents. So I think people just need to take more initiative. Listening to podcasts like you guys, like this platform right here. We just got to be out there educating people. Providing that content for them, and like you said, guiding them into helping them make their own decisions. There's too many bots, man. There's too many.
It's too many. They still be trying to get me
all the time. You just scroll down the comments, and all you see, this person helped me make such a.
Oh my god, man!
Have you guys seen those those live streams on YouTube? That's like they're playing like an old interview with like Vitalik, and they're asking for there's like a QR code in the bottom. Have you guys seen those? Those are I don't know how they get away with these.
Oh man,
people do give them money. They fall for it. It's very, very unfortunate that
every day at that too. Like every day you can read about a new report, and they be ridiculous too, like millions and even billions of dollars being stolen. Like, man, it just doesn't stop right now. I mean, Tony B from the last episode, like after I finished, talking to him, like even on Telegram, I ended up getting this message trying to convince me that was Tony B, like the founder of Green Zone. Oh, it's like, you ain't Tony B. I just finished talking to him. You ain't Tony B.
What's
Pointing my
funny,
finger at the screen.
the scams will keep coming, but unfortunately, there's always going to be people that fall for them, regardless of circumstances. A lot of them just kind of look at it as a get rich quick scheme, like, oh, I can really make some money into this, and they're not really sitting back, waiting, and actually thinking about what they're getting into, or is this a scam or not, or just knowing that there's no quick way of getting rich. Everything takes, again, time.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, it's so bad that the YouTubers, like even the big ones, can't even comment in the comment section because they're just full of bots.
Or somebody will
taking people
have the
money.
YouTuber's exact name and have a blue little check mark. I'm like, how y'all doing?
Yeah, doing this.
Oh man.
Oh man, I literally had to double check to see who followed me.
They're getting really clever out there. You gotta be really careful because, like,
Oh yeah.
if you get caught off guard, you'll fall for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you will definitely fall for it. You know, we need to Captain Bitcoin ourselves, save us from the hackers eating the content creators.
Hey.
I need help. I can't fight them all alone.
Yep, exactly.
Oh man.
Well,
Yeah.
funny.
So, and then every time, like, I talk about crypto, and then people want to buy them. I'd be like, okay, cool. It's just as important to know how to store them. All right, protect yourself from these hackers. I literally had, even in the class, I have to warn them about different scenarios too before because they're gonna run into one. Like they're as bad as like getting these random calls on your phone every day. Man, that's how I feel, especially when you pay attention to crypto. That's exactly how I feel. But man, and then we see why, because crypto, even when we talked about it in class, when these hackers are stealing information and then they're going to exchange them for some Bitcoin, hacking is very lucrative, but when you do it with crypto too, is a lot of money in that, and it draws a lot of people like that too.
Yeah, that is true. Because just even looking at it, like cryptos, for instance, has made more millionaires than I think the stock market will ever will. And I'm all for the stock market, but you see the ingenuity behind cryptos and how accessible it is, and how it really can help a lot of people. But I think that's why it's a scam in that, because so many people get into the crypto.
Yeah, anybody can make a coin, and then get everybody to buy it, and then just dump on them. Take all that liquidity down,
right
run
beside
with
it. Yeah, it's going to the moon.
It's going to the moon. Yeah, it's going to the moon. All right.
Yeah, whenever there's opportunity, wherever there's opportunity and energy, there's always going to be people out there that will try to get you. That's all there is.
That's the truth, man. That is.
That is the truth. And then when people get their coins stolen, like literally is like nothing they can do about it. They don't even know who to call at that too when something like this happens to them. So it really messes you up.
But I guess I was gonna say, like, that's how it is with anything new, right? When the internet first came out, like, people were like, what the hell is this? Like, they don't even know, like, they don't know what it's gonna do to society. What's email? Like, what is that? Like, what's this credit card? Like, when credit cards were first introduced, people got scammed too. Like, you always get scammed whenever there's something new, because we don't know what it is yet. But people, things adapt. It just takes time, and it takes education. That's all. But anything that's new, there's always going to be a level of, scammers, and there's always going to be a level of education that you have to reach before you evolve from that.
That is true. And then crypto is like the Microsoft, and then finding like the Microsoft and then Amazon in the early days too. And then and then blockchain itself, like if you do the research, is going to be in a lot of stuff. You're talking about like Web 3.0, being here to stay, and then everything, even your certificate of authenticity too. They scared the barcode, and you see the blockchain on there too. So it's, like we're going to see more barcodes than usual, especially when you're receiving payments, and then that's in the cover page too for everybody looking.
Yeah, because like we said, that's in the next step. Because even just from money, when we first started out, remember hundreds thousand years ago, we started off with bartering and trading. Then we went to like silver coins, gold. Then we went to paper money. Then it was the credit and debit card. So it's like, what's the next step in that evolutionary road? It would be the digital currency, which is crypto, part of the blockchain. So it's all still part of the evolutionary stream.
Exactly, and it's another way. And then and then we're not saying it's going to take out the crypto market like some people are thinking, but like we've been said, it's just going to be right beside it. Just another way you can invest, another way you can make money. Also, just like when y'all had those superheroes on your page where you had the guy with the Bitcoin on the chest, and then you had the guy with the giant keyblade. Like he was on what's that game with Zora? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, and then that house, and then you had the gold bug with that huge pick, and then you had the guy on the bull and stuff with the stock powers. It's like that. It's in another it's in another category, basically.
Yeah, these guys right here.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to pull it up because that way people know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we leave them out.
Good time.
I don't know. I just wanted to create characters that represent the certain aspect of finance. I had to create the gold bug, crypto, real estate investor, stock investor, the entrepreneur, dividend investor. I don't know. I feel like just creating characters out of something related to finance, it could be a challenge, but at the same time, it's so fun.
Yeah, we're gonna call it. Yeah, we're gonna call it Team Diversify.
Yeah,
so we got the finance
I love it. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, go ahead, patent it. Somebody else wants to scream and steal it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You do have to diversify, right?
Oh yeah. Even with our last host, we was talking about diversify. Yeah, that's important too. I love paying attention to like a certain ecosystem, but sometimes I go outside of that a little bit too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we
secure
all know
that wealth.
Diversification and stocks, but even that in itself within finance, like you said, we had diversification. We want to do real estate, business, entrepreneur, cryptos, dividend investing. There's so many paths you can take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like when you diversify, you're not you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. It kind of protects you from the ups and downs of the market, right?
All right.
Right.
But I'm not a fan of over diversifying.
No.
Like it's good to diversify, but it's also, I guess, like you don't want to over diversify because then now you're just exposed to everything. I mean, not financial advice, but
yeah, and then you sending your money out if you like if you like us, the retail and stuff. Like just start off slow. Not everybody got to be Warren Buffett either.
Yeah, like stick to what you know. It doesn't hurt to learn a few other things, but stick to what you know.
I love what you said. Yeah, you stick with what you know. You educate yourself, and you invest in what you know.
Exactly.
Yep. Especially when you get to that point. Yep. Especially when you get to that point and finding your niche too. Just like in the early episodes, we was talking about like how we was just doing all this research, like 500 videos and all that. But then, and then putting our hands on it. Like I was buying like a whole bunch of these different cryptos, like I had on the list. But then I started reinvesting them into the ones I'm gonna actually really keep when I find out how I wanted to invest. So yeah, everybody got their own path. That was my path right there. And Velli will tell you about his path too.
Yeah, same thing. I used to try to find different ways of investing, whether it be position trading or doing regular passive investing. But then, like he said, I had to go through a whole bunch of different steps to find out that the thing that suits me the most is trading options, day trading options. So that's what I do. And even first starting then, I used to trade options from all these different companies, like 10, even 15 different companies. Like, oh, this one, the stock ain't looking good for this company. Let me go somewhere else. And then eventually I had to lose out and find out different things that I just need to stick to just a few different companies I know, which would like be the SPAs, the Qs, and like I think Visa. And those really the only few that I trade, and I just stick to them. And by sticking to them, I know how they move. I know how they act. Of course, it doesn't act the same way all the time, but I know what to expect out of them. And that's how I've been building myself up. And that's why I tell others, just stick to a few. If you're going to trade options, just stick to a few companies you know and ride them out and just learn them, understand them, study them, figure out their habits.
Yeah, but even the founders too, especially when you messing with crypto, like, yeah, kind of do your research on the founders. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right, I mean,
sir.
we only have a certain capacity in our brain, right? Like, there's like no way you're gonna know everything. You just have to focus. And a lot of the like people who built their wealth fast and at an early age, they focus on the certain areas, and that's how they grew it. I mean, I'm not saying there's a right way of investing. It's just I feel like if you really want to make the most of it, as far as the time, as far as getting in there early, I'm really a big fan of focusing. I'm not I'm not like I don't like being exposed to too many things. I just like to stick with what I know, like you said.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that,
Right.
because by doing that, by having too many things out there, you leave yourself open to all of those things as well. So I completely
That's true.
understand that.
Yep. And if you don't got enough money for all that, don't even do it anyway. Yeah, cool. And when you ain't gonna gain much for some of them. You could have put more money into one.
That's true. That's true.
And then as far as knowing everything, I learned that the hard way too. I literally tried to know everything too that's going on in space. I couldn't do it. I'd already tried. That Satoshi came, with his golden mask and the suitcase, brought me back to life.
Yep.
And then I became money, started this podcast. That's my superpower right there. Had my sidekick Velli.
Yes, sir.
We don't got a Bitcoin logo yet. We got to earn it. Probably about the second season.
I love it. I feel like you need these platforms. You need this to reach out to people, because eventually over time you guys will get your own audience. And like I said, like there's too many information out there. It's hard to find like good people like you guys and good people to listen to. I feel like I'm super excited for you guys. It's just the beginning.
Yeah,
here, man. We appreciate it. And like I said,
we
still look at
appreciate
you
it,
as the
man.
inspiration, man. Because first of all, who wants to sit through hearing two people just talk about money, stocks, and cryptos? Like that, you get kind of bored. It's like sitting in class. But with you, it's different. You have a comic book. It's something that can bring you in. It brings your attention. It's curiosity, and you have fun while reading it and learn at the same time. So, like I said, it's just such an ingenious idea.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's
Yeah.
and as you guys have more guests, I'm super curious in what you guys are gonna have in the future. So, do you guys
Thank you.
are you guys focused on like finance, just mostly finance, or like mostly like life, or are you guys kind of just evolving and just seeing how things go? Like you don't really have set the plan
For
yet.
right. No, for right now, that's actually like what's in our description. We just talk about stocks and cryptos, a little bit of truth and philosophy. That's literally like our description.
Yeah, and then we talk about them in different ways too. Like we'll do today's news stuff, and then we'll just do certain things in general, like the terminology and all that too. So it just depends. Like when we did the rat race terminology, not everybody, like a lot of people don't know what the rat race is, and then we like do a whole video of just breaking that down and then full of examples too. Or strategies in general, stuff like that, so we still got like our teaching moments. Then we just got like like our blogging moments where we're just doing the most recent things and then why they happen, evolving around what we do. Yep. And then we're growing at the same time too. Yep, we're growing at the same time. Hope to have more guests. Bring more people like you that trying to make a difference, and then that's an example of like just chasing your purpose too. Like regardless of you're working a 9 to 5, you can use that as a step. Save that money and then invest it, and use that money to buy some time or just put it into what you really want to do. Because a lot of people want to do things that they ain't doing now. So yeah, you're a good example of that. Self-made right there.
Yeah, no.
Put in the hashtag. Yep, self-made.
Self-made. Same with you guys. I mean, I just don't want to get hit 65 and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do in life. Right?
Oh,
I mean,
my
that's
God.
the biggest slap in the face, because I don't know, it's just going to be filled with so much regret. And it's sad that a lot of people are going to be in that situation. And Money, Velli, and me, us, we're here to hopefully bring awareness to people that are left in the shadows.
Yeah, spread the knowledge and wealth.
Spread the knowledge and wealth. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And then, yep. And then, it was good having you on, man. Velli, you got any more questions?
No, pretty much everything been answered, and I enjoyed it. Truly enjoyed it. It was a great time, man.
Yeah, definitely a great time. We didn't even pay attention to the time, too.
Oh, you're right.
And I loved it, too. I love it.
Thank you, guys. I love it. I enjoyed it. Anytime, man. Just hit me up, and we'll chat. I'll be happy to be in a future episode again, get some updates, and see how you guys are doing.
Nice,
hopefully
man.
We keep moving forward, man. And same to you.
Yeah. Yeah, can't
100.
wait to see what you come up.
Episode 100.
Oh, the time still stole a time.
Yep.
I don't remember the last 89.
We had trouble getting to this.
Oh my God, man! There's going to be an episode -5 now. After that.
Oh yeah, and that's right. Yeah, we just have a side series, the Sub-Zero series, just talking about things that went wrong, technical difficulties while we're in this place we are now, just comedic relief, just explaining the whys of everything.
Yeah, all behind the scenes. Yeah, Money and Velli below zero, whether it's updates or whether it's mess ups or both, they gonna be in there. Shorter clips at that. They're just shorter versions. So that's the side series. This right here on the main platforms, especially YouTube, is the main series. So we just connected with everybody too. We found our ways to connect with everybody.
All right.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys.
No problem. Right, Thank you for coming. We know you had a busy schedule, but we greatly appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, tend to your fans, and then other projects. We're gonna tend to this side series they're about to make with our complaints, and then other than that, yeah, it's nice having you on. And I can't wait for this to come out now. Everybody gonna see this, and then good luck in the future, man. Good luck. We believe in you
guys. Same with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything.
So this is episode 16.
Yes, sir.
And then yeah, we're done.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.